of the Christmas Carol, there is the ghost of Christmas present. This is the second ghost that visits Scrooge, and it symbolizes Christmas. The ghost takes Scrooge all throughout town, visiting people to see how Christmas is celebrated. The major characters are Scrooge, the ghost of Christmas present, Bob and Mrs. Cratchit, Tiny Tim, Martha Cratchit, Peter Cratchit, Fred and his wife, and the people who work in mines and on sea. Besides the ghost symbolizing Christmas, there are two other symbols, a boy and a girl, named Want and Ignorance. This symbolizes what happens to some people when others become ignorant and want things than to give. When exploring the town, you see that most of the people are in the lower class. There are people on the streets with no home, and people in the mines or on boats working because that's all they can do is work. The upcoming clip is a scene from the Christmas Carol with the ghost of Christmas present. In the clip, notice the happy mood people have on Christmas, even though they are poor.
Come in and know me, better man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me before.
Never.
I've never walked forth with the younger members of my family, meaning I am very young. My elder brothers, born in those later years.
I don't think I have. I'm afraid I have not. Have you many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
A tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. Already I have been forth under compulsion and learned the lesson which is working now. If you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe, and you shall see how your poor clerk, with his paltry 15 shillings a week, which you so grudgingly dole out to him, keeps Christmas. Touch my robe.
Up you get, Tiny Tim.
Last Christmas by half an hour. Mother! Oh, bless your heart, my dear.
Merry Christmas, Martha.
Oh, bless you are.
Merry Christmas, Peter.
Dear, dear. No.
We had a deal of bonnets to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning.
Well, never mind, as long as you are. Come. Come and sit before the fire, my dear, and get it warm.
No. Here, Father. Quick, Martha, hide. Quick.
Here we are. And where's our Martha?
She's, not coming.
Not coming? Not coming upon Christmas Day?
Yes, Father dear, here I am. That'll be the goose. I'll fetch it in.
Oh, but you're cold. Come and sit down and warm a bit. And how did Tiny Tim behave?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he hoped that the people in the church saw him, because he was a cripple. And that it might be pleasant for them to remember, upon a Christmas day, who made lame beggars walk and blind see. But he's growing stronger. Yes, growing strong and hearty.
I wish I could believe you, Bob. But I'm afraid.
There never will be such a goose. For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.
I can already vouch for.
Yes!
And its flavor will, I know, surpass my utmost expectations.
Yes!
With the mashed potato and the apple sauce. It will, I am sure, present a delightful combination that we shall remember until our dying day.
Yes!
Delicious. Delicious. That's the best goose we ever had, Mother.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, I've eaten too much.
And even now, we haven't eaten it all.
You laugh.
Laugh. I envy them.
My dear, regarding the momentous question, pudding. You look pale, my love, and nervous.
I am nervous, my dear, and anxious about that pudding. Pray heaven all will be well. I'll go and fetch it.
Let me come and help too, Mother.
You shall, my darling.
You know, I'm anxious about that pudding. You know, your mother's been gone a long time. Supposing the pudding has broken in turning it out.
What?
Or supposing that somebody has got over the back wall and stolen it.
What?
A Merry Christmas to us all, my dear.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me that Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered in the future, the child will die.
Oh, tell me that he'll be spared.
If he is like to die, had he not better do it and decrease the surplus population?
Your words.
Man, if man you be in heart, not adamant, forbear that wicked cant until you have discovered what the surplus is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live, when men shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven, you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Toast. I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon. I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
But, my dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not his. He'll be very merry and very happy, I've no doubt. Here's Mr. Scrooge's health.
Now, children, all together, Mr. Scrooge's health. Mr. Scrooge's health.
Mr. Scrooge's health.
And now, Tiny Tim will sing to us.
Yes, I do sing. What shall I sing? Hark the heralding.
Yes, hark the heralding.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy nigh of God.
Come now and see how others keep Christmas.
To you.
And a Merry Christmas to you.
And he said Christmas was a humbug. And he believed it, too.
Well, more shame on him, friend.
Oh, he's a comical old fellow, and that's the truth. He isn't so pleasant as he might be. Well, his offences carry their own punishments, and I've nothing to say against him.
But surely he's very rich. At least you've often told me so.
Well, what of that, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He doesn't do any good with it. He can't make himself comfortable with it. He hasn't even the satisfaction of thinking that he's ever going to benefit us with it.
Well, I've no patience with your Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, I have. I'm sorry for him. And here, he's taken it into his head to dislike us, and he won't even come and dine with us. Well, what are you going to play at?
Riddles.
Good. I'll ask you one. What does the following represent? An animal. Rather a disagreeable animal. A savage animal. An animal that grunts and growls and talks and lives in London. And walks the streets. Yes. And isn't even made a show of? No. Doesn't have embroidery? No. Isn't a horse? No. 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 What a dog. Who?
In Chapter 4, we have the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. This ghost is a hooded figure that takes Scrooge to see groups of people talk about how happy they are that this rich man they hated is dead. On Scrooge's journey, he finds out Tiny Tim dies and he himself was the dead man the people were talking about. The major characters in this chapter are Scrooge, the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, a group of people at the London Stock Exchange, a group of people at the pawn shop, a poor family, and the Cratchit family. A symbol in the chapter would be the ghost representing death. Some people see death as a dark, hooded, depressing figure that doesn't speak. This next clip is also from A Christmas Carol, with the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. While watching the clip, notice the happy mood of the people that hate Scrooge and the scary mood when the ghost comes in.
Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not been, but will be in the time to come. And as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear you company.
I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why, what was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
Heaven knows.
What's he done with his money?
Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me. That's all I know.
How are you? Very well. How are you?
So old Nick has got his own at last.
Yes, so I'm told.
Cold, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time.
Oh, yeah. You're not a skater, I suppose.
Oh, no. I've got something else to think about.
I do not see myself in my accustomed place. Where am I? Why am I not there?
Let the charwoman alone to be the first.
Let the laundress alone to be the second.
And let the undertaker's man alone to be the third.
Look here, old Joe, here's a chance. If we hadn't all three met here without meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. Come into the parlor. Come on.
Staring as if you were afraid, woman? Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like this? Not a dead man, I hope.
Open this bundle, old Joe, and let me know the value of it. I ain't afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it.
There's your account. I wouldn't give another sixpence.
Now mind, Joe.
Ah. 8 shillings. I always give too much to ladies. It's a weakness of mine.
And now unto my bundle, Joe.
Big curtains.
Ah, big curtains.
You don't mean to say you took 'em down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Why not?
You was born to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it.
Here, don't drop the oil on the blanket.
His blankets.
Whose else's? He isn't likely to take cold without them, I dare say.
Hope he didn't die of anything catching.
Oh, don't you be afraid of that. You can look through that shirt until your eyes ache and you won't find a hole in it. It's the best he had. It'd have been wasted if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. I took it off him. Calico's just as becoming to the body. He couldn't have looked uglier than he did in that one. This is the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive, to profit us when he was dead.
I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heavens! What is that? Is this the man they spoke of? Neglected, robbed, hated. Can you not show me some tenderness connected with death?
Took a child and set him in the midst of them.
Colour hurts my eyes. Makes me weep by candlelight. I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home from work. Must be near his time.
Past it, rather.
I think he walks a little slower than he used these last few evenings, Mother.
Yes. I've known him walk with I've known him walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
So have I, often. And so have I.
But he was very light to carry, and his father loved him so it was no trouble. No trouble. There's your father at the door.
Well, my dear.
Well, Father.
Ah. My dear, you have been quick. They'll be done long before Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. I've seen where our Tiny Tim is to rest. It'll have done you good to see how green a place it is. Oh, you'll see it often. I promised him that we would walk there of a Sunday. My little child. Tiny Tim, thy childish essence was from God. I met Mr. Scrooge's nephew today, and he said to me, I'm heartily sorry for you, Mr. Cratchit, and heartily sorry for your good wife. Though how he knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
Well observed, my boy. And he said, if there's any service that I can do for you, pray come to me. It almost seemed as though he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us. And I'm sure we shall none of us forget him, nor this first parting there has been among us.
Never, Father.
And I know that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was but a little child, we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, Father.
I'm very happy. Very happy.
Now, Spirit, tell me, what man that was whom we saw lying dead. Draw nearer to the stone at which you point. Tell me, are these the shadows of the things that will be? Or are they the shadows of the things that may be only? Ebenezer Scrooge! That man who lay upon the bed. No, Spirit, no. I'll not be the man I was. I'll not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse. Why show me this if it is all too late? Tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. No, no. No, no, I will live in the past, the present, and the future. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I thank you. On my knees, I thank you, Jacob. On my knees. Oh. No, they're not torn down. They're not torn down.
Ah!